holiday. Jane and Rachel here, of course, Rick on location, and we've got Mama Bev's in the house with something brand new. We went to the Midwest last week for our foodie travel series. Rachel was in Breda, Iowa, and we talked about some delicious Midwestern delights. This is another one that is from the Midwest, from St. Louis, as a matter of fact, started in 1930. It's the Ooey Gooey. I always add the ooey in there.
I love it.
Ooey Gooey butter cakes from the St. Louis Mama Bev's awesome bakery. Mama Bev's is actually a third-generation baking family, the grandson of whom you will meet in just a second. It's a bakery that is based in family, in faith, and community. And it is a full circle moment because Mama Bev was also, like Rick's friend, a huge QVC fan.
She was.
Made these butter cakes for her family. And now to think that years later, here they are on QVC. So we are thrilled to be offering you today your choice of the Ooey Gooey butter cakes. And this one is available in the classic flavor, and we'll talk about what that is in a second. You actually have the choice of the raspberry flavor, and then brand new, we have the butter brownie flavor. Or you can have a combo, and that's going to give you one of each of these. The price on this is $32.60. This is that right? $38.60. Is that what it says? Yeah. And we've got it with 3 easy pays of $12.87 and free standard shipping and handling. We have the pleasure of having the grandson of Mama Bev, Gary Blasmeyer, here with us as always. Gary, welcome in. It's nice to have you back.
Hi, ladies. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, of course.
Love being on, and we're super excited to introduce our new flavor, which, by the way, you can only find on QVC.
Well,
awesome.
Let's start right
Let's
there,
do it.
shall we?
Yeah.
And we'll start with the chocolate, but tell us what a butter cake is for people that might not know.
Absolutely. So, yeah, get into the backstory just a little bit. Again, it's a third-generation family recipe out of St. Louis. We are a community-based bakery. Hand make these cakes with real Wisconsin butter, real Wisconsin cream cheese, and it starts with that classic. That's that 90-year-old recipe. So basically what it's going to be, it's got that flaky golden brown top. You're going to have that ooey gooey, cream cheese rich center, and then a buttery chewy bottom. And then we take that classic recipe, and then right there you're digging it into that brownie butter cake. So we put that classic ooey gooey awesomeness on top of our homemade and handmade chocolate brownie, and I tell you, it is phenomenal.
And we just heard the Midwest come out there in your voice because you said, "I'll tell you." So
I'll tell you, well, that is A-okay with me.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You know what I love? I love that you said it's a combination. How would you describe this texture? Actually, I'll turn it over to you. You tell us.
So, you know, what the best way we know how to describe it is
Holy
like a
Toledo.
sweetened cheesecake and a white cake mixed together.
Yes.
There's no experience that's quite like eating a butter cake. So it's going to be flaky, it's going to be dense, it's going to be indulgent, it's going to be rich, it's going to be deliciously awesome.
A little goes a long way, and it's this
a little
chocolate.
bit does go a long way. That's why we make them in the sizes
fudgy.
that we do.
Super fudgy and decadent.
absolutely.
It is super fudgy. That is like the best. It's almost
Like a
molten
fudge
liquid
molten lava.
fudge.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's phenomenally awesome. Yeah.
Oh
So
my
again,
gosh.
It's like
you
you
can
took
only
what's
find this flavor on QVC, ladies.
Oh
like
my
we're
God.
saying.
yeah,
That
it
is
looks
so
like
good, Gary.
you took what was in the middle of like a molten lava cake, exactly right, and made it a cake and put a flaky topping on it that
Wow.
is just absolutely delicious. So that's the newest one. That's the butter brownie.
Right.
There is the classic, and then there's the raspberry too, which both of those are like bananas good.
Yeah. So the raspberry, and that's the one you're digging into now. This is my personal favorite, the raspberry. It's going to take that classic recipe. Again, all of our butter cakes start with that 90-year-old recipe, and then we just have fun and innovate and just stick as much awesome fillings and toppings and whatever we can kind of come up with, we go ahead and do. It's like sticking a jelly donut in the middle of a butter cake.
Yeah.
So you're going to
Oh my
get
gosh.
that nice layer. The cool part about the raspberry is it's going to cut that sweet a little bit too, because
a
you got
little
some of
tangy
that fruit
and tart.
coming through. Yep. And it's going to cut that. Awesome with some coffee in the morning. Absolutely delicious.
Oh my gosh, it's so
A little
good.
bit, again, a little bit does
and
go a long way
Let
with
me tell
those.
you something. You could cut this in to 12s.
Yep.
You don't have to do 9s are a generous piece, probably more than I
absolutely
need.
is.
All right, so here's an update. If you want the combo, we only have 700 available, and that gives you one of each of the flavors. If you want all classic, we have 400. If you want all of the brand new brownie, that is last call, not surprising. And if you want all of the raspberry, that is also last call. How do you typically
What do you
serve
do?
these? What do you do? And when they come to us, what do we do
Yeah.
with the cakes, Gary?
Yeah, so absolutely. So when they do get to you, we do ship them frozen, and we ship them with
they're
an ice
frozen.
pack.
Okay.
They are a shelf-stable product, though, so they do not need to be shipped frozen. We do that just for the integrity of the product, so it shows up to you, and it's A-OK when you get it. When you do get it, if you're not going to eat it right away, either throw it in the refrigerator or the freezer. They hold very well. You get 2 months refrigerated and 12 months frozen. If you do want to eat it, open it up, cut it up. I mean, normally what we like to do is, at home, is we just cut them into smaller pieces.
Right.
Okay.
And then we leave them on the counter. And I'm telling you, if you leave this cake on the counter and you cut them into small pieces, you're going to look back in about 2 hours and go, where did that cake go?
Every time somebody walks
100%.
past the
You take a
counter,
bite.
they're going to be taking a
Yeah,
little bite. That's for
100%,
sure.
100%.
And it's a little bit at a time, you get your
Yeah.
fix and you're like, man, every time you walk by, you grab another little fix.
It's-
Something else cool you can do with them too, put them in the microwave. Warm them up for 20 or 30 seconds.
my
It's
gosh.
gonna taste like custard.
That
Can
would
you
be
imagine
ridiculous. That's
that
molten
chocolate molten lava in the
Yeah.
microwave for a couple of seconds?
No.
Oh my
Yep.
goodness!
Nope.
Now you're messing
Right.
with us.
Yep, and with some ice cream, Jane. I mean, with some ice cream, that's everything. I'm going to go to the original because I want to talk about how tasty the original is, and it's a St.
Yeah.
Louis staple, is it not?
Yeah, it is. So I mean, think of butter cake in St. Louis like gumbo is in Louisiana. Everybody's got one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they all taste a little bit different. Ours, obviously, it's near and dear to our heart. It's Mom, and we feel like they're the best out there. and
Well, we
super excited
agree.
to
We think they're the
introduce
best
brownie
out
butter
there for sure. And we thank you for bringing the new
Thank
flavor
you.
exclusively to us, Gary. It was good to see you again. Thank you so much.
cake. Thanks, ladies. See you
Thank
next
you.
time.
Take care. Continue in the process of placing your order. 800 orders have been